Shavua Tov, a good Tavoch, and welcome to our program. It is now after Beis, and we are now between Beis and Lag BaOmer. And the Gemara says, the Gemara in Yevomis, Samach Beis Amud Beis, the Rebbe brings that Rabbi Akiva had 24,000 Talmidim. 2 times 12. 12,000 Talmidim, and they were pairs, so it was 24. And they all died in this time, until Lag BaOmer. And the Rebbe says that this story needs an explanation. They were Talmidim of Rabbi Akiva, which means they were at a certain greatness, Talmidim of Rabbi Akiva. Moreover, Rabbi Akiva was the Rebbe whose teaching was, so therefore, the Rebbe, what was he teaching them all the time? That was his great teaching. Here we see a dichotomy, that in this mitzvah, that Rabbi Akiva was so particular, where he says, this is where his Talmidim fail, in that exact mitzvah. How do we reconcile that? How do we understand that? We will return to that in a moment, and to the explanation of the Rebbe. But first, our story. We just did this Siyam Rambam. Baruch Hashem was Belev Peyev Hodol. Baruch Hashem, Heidol Hashem Kitev, Kileilam Chasdei. I'm reminded of the year Tofshin Nun Beis. The Siyam Rambam was at the end of Tishrei. I believe it was Chavches Tishrei, Tofshin Nun Beis. And we did the Siyum, and the Rebbe answered us. And after that, the Rebbe added, V'yamshich bozeh, u'v'simcho u'v'tuv livov. And I must tell you, when I got that answer, I almost trembled. What does this mean? Something didn't sound right here. Why is the Rebbe saying V'yamshich bozeh? You should continue. Did anybody think of not continuing something that the Rebbe wanted? U'v'simcho u'v'tuv livov. These words meant something I couldn't figure out. And I must tell you, this was at the end of Tishrei, Tofshin Nun Beis. Tishrei Nun Beis is a very sensitive year because of Chav Zayin Od Rishon Tofshin Nun Beis. And when the Rebbe answered that, at that moment I didn't understand exactly what it meant. But a few weeks later, after Chav Zayin of the Rishon, I started to understand a little more what it meant. And by next year, I started to understand more. With every passing year, we understand more. What does V'yamshich bozeh mean? And V'simcho u'v'tuv livov. Unfortunately, now we understand it more. And I must tell you, this V'simcho u'v'tuv livov does not come easy, if at all. But the Rebbe says that, which means that the Rebbe is giving us the guidance. You have to do it b'simcha u'v'tuv livov. Maybe even for one reason, that we are zeicher to continue what the Rebbe wants. And that should be enough for us to do it b'simcha u'v'tuv livov, gesundheit und fröhlichkeit. Concerning this question, the Rebbe answers. And the Rebbe answers that each Talmid of Rabbi Akiva figured that he understands his Rebbe best. And therefore, this is the Pirush, this is the explanation in the Rebbe's words. And if another Talmid says something different, understood the Rebbe's word different, he took it that he is misunderstanding his Rebbe's words. So how can he have the Recheretz Kovet for this Talmid who is distorting the Rebbe's words, who is going against the Rebbe? And then the Rebbe says more. And since Rabbi Akiva wanted, they should have Avas Yisrael, so he wanted not only that he should understand the Rebbe's words, his friends should also understand the Rebbe's words. And how can he respect him if he distorts the Rebbe's words? If he understands the Rebbe's words the other way that the Rebbe meant. So this is why that's why the language employed here, noagu kovid, that doesn't say that they disagreed with each other. The Rebbe says disagreeing with each other is not necessarily something bad. Ain't they the same shovis, which means that every person has their own mind. As a matter of fact, there is an advantage here. That means that everyone thinks for himself. He has an independent mind. He doesn't say yes because somebody else says yes. He wants to understand, which is a good thing, which is a positive thing. The only thing is, so where did they go wrong? So the Rebbe explains they went wrong in the respect. The fact that one disagreed with the other, we're only human. But they should have respect for each other and say to someone, although I do not agree with my friend, but I respect my friend and I love my friend. And I respect his opinion. And this is where it was missing. The noagu koved was missing. Now the Rebbe says something even deeper. They could have done it externally. In other words, without meaning it. But then the Rebbe said, these are Talmidim of Rabbi Akiva. They couldn't do it without meaning it. They couldn't say, no, I think you're a very great person, but I disagree. It doesn't work. He really felt that this person is not doing the right thing because he's going against the Rebbe. So this is where it came from. It came from a very, very deep respect and love for Rabbi Akiva and for the Rebbe and for the Torah of the Rebbe. This is where it came from. The mistake they made, that with that they should have thought, well, this is my opinion, but maybe I am wrong. I'm only human, and my friend is just like me. He has all the attributes that I do. So why should I say that I was wrong and I was right and he is wrong? Maybe it's the other way around. So therefore, the COVID should have been there. This is what the Rebbe explains. And now, we need Mashiach to come. With everything happening in this world, we need Mashiach to come. We need Mashiach to come now. And the key to that is the nohagu koved zeh b'zeh, for every Jew. Whether we agree or we don't agree, the nohagu koved zeh b'zeh. And that is the key. That is the key to our redemption, and it should be immediately. Gesundheit und Verleilichkeit. And we should all together go out of Golus. Everyone. Especially now. When what we see happening in Eretz Yisrael, and the Rebbe saw this years ago, there's something happening in Eretz Yisrael that never happened before. Everybody says that. This is the first time where Iran attacked Israel from its own ground. This is the first time. And the Rebbe already mentioned to us many times, the Medrash in Yalkut Shimeni, that if Melech Poras starts, Poras is Iran, and he starts the attack from his own ground, that means one thing. Of course, we're getting scared. That's what the Medrash says. But Almighty God says to the Jew, do not be afraid. I have done this for you, because this is a sign. And what is the sign? Higia Zman Geulaschem. The time of Anovim, humble ones. The time of your redemption has arrived. Higia Zman Geulaschem. So this is the sign from the heavens, that the time of our redemption has arrived, and we still have a little bit of pachim ktanim, or small vessels to take care of, which collectively we will, im Yirtzeh Hashem, Gesundheit und Verleilichkeit, and we will prepare ourselves and our part of this world to the Geulah Ha'amitis V'Hashlema, to the great redemption coming our way. Ubagolo didan uvesimcha uvetuv levov uveteva nira ve'anigle ulamata me'asor atfochim uvechesed uverachamim v'tekef umiyad mamesh.